everyone, my name is Lenny, and thank you guys for joining me today on True Crime with Lenny. Today I'm going to be discussing a case that some of you guys may have already heard of because it does involve someone who is actually very popular on TikTok currently. This case is going to be the Mr. Prada case. This is actually regarding a really famous TikToker who goes by the name of Mr. Prada. His real name is Terrion Thomas, who was actually just charged with first-degree murder. He actually has over 4 million followers on TikTok currently, and he actually used to post a lot of like meme content, just overall very harmless, funny content. So it is crazy how things have kind of turned. So I'm kind of just going to explain the case to you and what we know so far. This case is still developing as it was really recent. It just happened. So I hope you stick around just to kind of hear about the case. So he is a TikTok star, as I mentioned before. His real name is Terrion Thomas. And on Sunday, September 29th, Louisiana police found the deceased body of Dr. Nick Abraham. He is actually a therapist. He was found wrapped in a tarp on the side of the highway. And the cause of death, we actually know now, was a blunt force trauma. His car initially was marked as missing, but it was later spotted in a shopping center where the suspect was seen to be driving and entering a business nearby. Baton Rouge police attempted to stop the vehicle, which then the suspect tried to flee. And so at that point, they were able to, through CCTV footage, identify him as Mr. Prada. He then was able to somehow get on a bus and flee to Dallas, Texas. It's not really clear why he chose Dallas of all places, but it is known that he did take a bus to there. Meanwhile, back in Louisiana, Baton Rouge police found they had done a search of Mr. Prada's apartment in which they actually found a lot of evidence linking him to the murder. It is said that when they went to search the apartment, they actually found a lot of evidence that a very violent physical altercation had occurred. And there is actually surveillance footage and neighbors who have said that they did see Mr. Abraham entering Mr. Prada's apartment. Police don't believe that Mr. Prada was one of Mr. Abraham's patients, but they're still working to get more information on that. On October 1st, Mr. Prada was arrested after police conducted a traffic stop in Dallas, Texas. He remains in custody now and actually just appeared in court this week after having been extradited back to Louisiana. He is currently being held without a bond, and police are actively trying to find a motive. This case has kind of blown up on TikTok just because of the nature of it. Obviously, this is someone who you would just be scrolling through your For You page. You would not expect someone to do something like this. Obviously, we don't know all of the details. It is still a developing story, so I am anxious to see what more information they're able to find and what really the motive was for him to have done this. It is very unfortunate because he did have what seemed to be a very successful career on TikTok, but that just goes to show that you really never know what's going on in someone's life. I hope that this gave you a little bit of information on the case, and if you're interested, I'm sure that there'll be a lot of information coming out in the further weeks or months if you want to keep up with it. But thank you guys for joining me on True Crime with Lenny, and I hope to see you back soon.